Alright, so it was my B-day yesterday, and my hubby gave me this game, so we're gonna play it and see how it is. Content warning: this is a horror game and is not intended for all audiences. Please visit our website, blacktabbygames.com, if you need a full list of content warnings. Slay the Princess contains flickering image effects as well as a parallax effect that on rare occasions has caused motion sickness in players. If either of these cause health issues for you, you can disable them in the game's preference. Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings, there are no warning decisions. There are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story. Okay, let's check the preferences. We're gonna adjust the audio. The parallax effect, I'm gonna turn off. And the flickering images, I'm gonna turn off. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay. Let me move the doggy cam. Oh, well, I can't move it. I can make it smaller.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Ooh. Okay. Explore at the end of the world. What are you talking about? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it? Can't someone else do this? Forget it, I'm not doing this. Have you considered maybe I'm okay with the world ending so I get some sort of reward for doing this? Oh, okay. Thanks for telling me what to do. Sweet, I've always wanted to off a monarch. Viva la revolution. Stylingly continue to the cabin, turn around and leave. I'm gonna go with this one. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending?
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end. I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
Right. The end of the world? What are you talking about? Have you considered, these are the same options. Let's silently continue to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Interesting.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
We only get one option this time. Interesting.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement, You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Explore, take the blade, enter the basement. Explore.
Take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Can we do anything else? No, we can't.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
Oh, she got a nice voice. She got a nice voice.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Oh, my bad. Hi, just checking on you. Hey, I think I'm here to kill you. Continue down the stairs. Let's just continue down the
Still
stairs.
listening to reason.
What?
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
What? No way. Why would you even think that? Okay, yeah, you caught me. I'm here to slay you. Nuh-uh. I haven't decided yet. I'm just here to talk, steal your nerves, and step forward.
That isn't a good idea. Just drop the knife, and maybe the two of us can talk things out.
She's right, we shouldn't. We should just drop the blade. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Drop it, tighten your grip. Tighten my grip.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll...
What if she isn't bluffing? What if she kills us? Are you sure she's not armed? I'm sorry, can we just talk? I'm not dropping the blade. Drop the blade. Slay the princess? I'm not dropping the
Then
blade.
I'm not talking to you.
Fine, then I guess we're at an impasse. Squint at the princess while holding onto the blade. Drop the blade, slay the
You
princess.
stare at
Squint.
the princess, squinting. She squints back. The two of you are gonna do this forever.
Squint at the princess even harder.
Squint even. So does. At least nobody's died. You're going to have to make a choice. You can't keep squinting forever. Eventually,
Let's slay the princess.
doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through. A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw. It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured.
I deserve that. I deserve
Holy
that.
shit, that hurts! Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing.
Deserved.
Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit. We can still turn this around.
Give up, finish the job, flee and lock her in the basement. Let's finish the job.
You and the princess stare at each other, both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now. Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job.
Yep.
The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh,
The two of you fall to the floor.
this was fun.
The princess gasps, her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill with blood.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder, do you really think this is the end?
But you don't
No.
have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark.
And you die. Okay. The
You're
adversary.
on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will
I
be
see,
the
this
end
is
of the world.
the same narrative. I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu. Wait, hasn't this already happened? Okay, no, but I died. What am I doing here? She's going to kill me again. But I already slew the princess. Sure, she also killed me, but I definitely got her. Why am I here again? Let's just proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Lying and cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it matters. It's not like she can lie or cheat in the middle of a fight.
Okay.
Are you sure about that? The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over what circumstances the princess is capable of lying in. It was to give you some broadly applicable advice.
Okay.
The princess will do and say whatever she thinks it will take to get her out of there. So don't trust her. Ever. Are we clear?
Crystal. Let's
Proceed.
The cabin is tighter than its exterior would suggest. Its cold stone walls press in on you, as if trying to forcefully direct you towards your destination.
The
only
interior
furniture
is
in it
different.
is a black iron altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement.
Let's approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror one. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago.
Mm-hmm. There was. Interesting.
And now it's gone, so all of us can stop arguing about it and get to fighting.
Hmm.
You take the blade from... The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a rough stone staircase, its walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend. The air seeping from below is heavy and oppressive, with an almost sulfuric odor to it. If
Hey,
the
Fred.
princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
How's your Saturday going?
Her fierce voice carries up the stairs.
Is that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Her voice
Nice,
is a little deeper,
nice.
almost threatening.
Have you played this game before?
Good. Sounds like my kind of princess.
It went good, it went good. I had lots of fun. We just ate pizza and then we had board game night with my friends. No, I haven't. Okay, well, you'll get to experience it alongside with me for the first time.
As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember, you're here to slay the princess, not to have a good fight. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall.
She's so pretty.
Looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
Oh, it's you again. I've been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us. And you brought your little knife, too. Yes. I'm going to have fun breaking you into little pieces.
You look different. So you do remember me. I'm actually here to free you. I'm not saying I'm not here to fight, but I think the two of us should have a few things to unpack first, like how we're both still alive. I haven't decided what I'm doing yet. Slay the princess. I don't know what happened to you since the last time we met, but I'm not fighting a giant demon lady. Bye. Turn around and leave without saying anything. We're gonna slay the princess again. That's what I've decided.
Good. With a singular focus, you launch off the wet stone floor of the basement and catapult yourself headlong towards the princess. Here we go.
Oh, we'll make it count, all right.
You can feel flesh give way before a sudden impact blunts your momentum, your weapon tightly lodged in the bone of her arm. She grins at you from behind her guard. Pull it out. We'll try a different angle.
Splendid.
No, we can do this. Just keep pushing.
We're not gonna win if our weapon's stuck in her arm.
Keep pushing, unlodge the blade, and attack her from a different angle. Absolutely spiffing. Yeah. I'm gonna try attacking her from a different angle.
You pull back on the blade's hilt, doing your best to free it from its sinewed prison. But as you tug the blade free, the princess slams you down onto her knee.
Ooh, what a compromising position to be in.
It collides with your ribs. You feel it splinter, cracking like wet wood from the impact. You find yourself in midair, effortlessly tossed across the room.
Oh, okay, so not as romantic as I thought.
You hit the floor, your ribs complaining painfully. But you can feel the hilt in your grip. You still have your weapon. You push yourself off the ground and attack the princess, trying to bait an opening. Do your best to outplay her, slashing out and leaving red cuts in the tattered remains of her white dress. But you have little room to maneuver. For every glancing blow you manage to land, she slams you against the wall in retaliation, each impact threatening to be the last.
This weak little dance isn't working. Just toughen up and overpower her.
She's throwing us around like a ragdoll. I think overpowering her is a little out of the question.
Yeah, we're not overpowering her here.
Did you think you could stop me with a few cuts? All this dancing around is doing nothing but annoying me. I own this place, and I own you.
The princess's arm shoots forward, her palm wrapping around your head, fingers gripping your skull.
Oh gosh. Oh, tomorrow's your last day before school starts again? Okay. Yeah, we'll try to stream Minecraft tomorrow then. But I'm a bit busy during the day, so I'll have to see.
How disappointing.
She squeezes, the pressure unbearable as her fingers dig into your scalp. The last thing you hear is the unsettling crack of your skull and the sickening churn of what was your grey matter. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Sounds our chef's kiss. Yeah, they're pretty accurate. They're pretty accurate. The Eye of the Needle. So we failed. So in the first chapter, we slayed the princess. In the second chapter,
If you weren't so damned afraid of what she'd do to you, we wouldn't have died back there.
we failed to slay the princess. LMAO, you've been live for 20 minutes and died twice. Is that not normal? Is that not normal in this game?
Fear is good. Fear keeps us alive. We died because you didn't have enough of it.
So what? You'd have us cower in a corner?
No, but that place suits her better than it suits us. She's big. We can't hope to find holes and openings down there. We need more room if we're going to survive. Are you suggesting luring her into the woods? Do you have any idea how dangerous that would be? If you lose sight of her, if she manages to slip away, that's it. Game over for everyone, yourself included. Are you not challenging us on all the looping? Have you known about it the whole time? Are you the same one we've been talking to since the beginning? Sorry to disappoint what I'm sure must feel like a grand revelation, but that's not what's going on here. We've never met. Then what is going on? What's going on is that you'd only be saying the things you've been saying if you'd already been here, and if you'd already seen things you weren't supposed to have seen. It doesn't matter. We could go in circles forever. I don't like staying still for too long. Let's get to the cabin, see this through. It's good to know that at least one of you is still capable of reason. We may have the same destination, but we're not the same. You are still an other, and I don't trust you. Well, fortunately, you have an entire trip through the woods to reconsider that.
There's nothing to reconsider. We're all for violence here.
Are we? I haven't signed off on anything yet. Violence is the answer here, but the method is equally important to the act. You can't let her leave the cabin. It's like I said, all just circles. Instinct tells me we need space, and I trust instinct. Nothing else to say.
I see. So the voice of the hunted wants to get her out of the cabin, and the narrator wants to slay her in the cabin, and the other two are just wondering why we're going in circles. We haven't talked enough about how different this place is. I wouldn't even call these woods. It's like her influence has poured out into the world. What if I don't agree with the plan? What if I rather do something else? No matter what happens next, it seems like all our answers are in the cabin. We might as well see this through. Proceed to the cabin. Silently proceed to the cabin. I'm done with this. Bye. Turn around and leave. Let's just silently proceed to the cabin.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up the hill at the cabin. I hope you've given serious thought to your predicament.
No last advice for us? No words of warning?
From what I gather, you've heard it all before. There's no use screaming into the wind.
I don't know. Screaming sounds pretty good right about now.
I could use a little catharsis. Catharsis is for when we're finished. For now, we need to hold it out in front of us, something to chase.
Proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is suffocatingly tight.
Ooh, the cabin looks even more different than it did in the beginning.
Stone walls squeeze against your sides, leaving you no choice but to press forward. The only furniture of note is an iron altar jutting out from the wall, a pristine blade perched on its edge.
What about the mirror?
The blade is your implement. You'll see, we have even less space than before. We need space or she'll kill us.
Take it.
Explore, but there's no way forward. There's a mirror at the end of the room, and that's it. Let's approach the
Try to
mirror.
survive without our steel claw, but you've marked us as easy prey. You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it.
All we see is a damp.
This really is just like last time. It smells of nothing, yet it's still there.
Let's try smashing it this time.
Crashing down against the door leading to the basement.
Oh.
It swings open. Scraping
It didn't
against
work
the
this
door as it
time.
reveals the dim path ahead. Why am I not surprised?
It was
was in our way, and now it's not. That's all that matters. Before you is what may as well be a sheer cliff face. There are enough footholds that you'll be able to clamber your way to the bottom, but it will require careful effort. The air hissing up from below is warm and wet, like the breath of an enemy locked in close quarters. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice, bold and fierce and impatient, echoes from the chamber below.
Do you have more fight in you than last time? That was such a disappointing show. I know you can do better than that.
She likes fighting.
Go to her, rile her up. If she's angry, she'll make mistakes.
If you want to fight, then how about you come and get one? Are you sure you still want to fight? Nah, let's just continue. I'm not goading her.
Down. You start the difficult journey, gripping the stone, lowering yourself foot by grueling foot. But soon, there is solid ground beneath you. Remember every crack and crevice. You'll need to be faster than her. You turn to face what lies at the end of the narrow tunnel. The princess, imposing and tightly muscled.
She looks even more different than she did last time.
Her face droops.
There you are. But this time you don't even have that little knife. Do you think this is a joke? Do you need me to break those fragile bones again to remind you how serious this is?
She's bubbling, hot with rage. We can't get close if we want to live. But we'll be able to draw her out of here. I know I said this earlier, but I really have to stress how we know the only way out is through the eye of the needle. And we're going to win. We'll need the steel claw. Grab it. Bloody desire in her eyes, the princess rushes forward, ignoring her chains as they bend and snap.
Okay.
Without hesitation, you turn back the way you came and scramble up the ledge towards the tunnel entrance. As you near the top, hands desperately clawing at jagged stone, you glance
Okay.
back. The princess is right on your heels. She doesn't bother to scale the wall as you do, instead digging deep into the rock of the cliff face with her fingertips in her rabid pursuit.
Anywhere you go, I will follow.
Good. You reach the ledge and hoist yourself up into the tunnel, the cabin door finally in sight, at once within your grasp and...
What is all of this for? What's the point? You and I are always going to end in violence, so why bother to run? I know what I am. Why can't you be the same?
Steel claw, now. Without missing
I'll
a
take the
step,
blade.
You grab the blade.
So you do want to fight me?
Yeah, let's
Good.
fight.
We're almost, don't think about almost, and we'll take the fight with. Your skin hums tight with adrenaline as you burst through the cabin door and roll onto the grass. You glance back at the cabin as the princess, singular in her desire to destroy you, explodes through the doorway. You are walking a dangerous path. If you waver once, it's all over.
There's nothing left to slow me down. Do you think this is better for you? Do you think this space gives you an edge? Then show me. Show me that you've been worth all the room you've taken up in my head.
Do it. Be swift, strike true, be where she's not. Let...
Are you sure you want to do this? You're free now and out of here, and I have the upper hand, but we don't have to fight. Explore, you've fallen right into my trap. Let's slay the princess.
You leap from the grass and bound towards the princess.
Charging me head on.
Her body braces for impact. That's where you're both wrong. Left, now. As the princess strikes, your body swerves to the left. She overextends, stumbling as her balance shifts. Strike. Before you can finish the thought, you lash out, the blade slicing through her leg. She turns to swing again. Right. You move out of the way, but this time it's not quite as clean. You can feel a bruise already blooming where her elbow crashed into flesh. It's nothing. A scratch. Yes, it could be worse. And you managed to gift her another cut in return. I'll be damned. We're actually going to pull this off, aren't we? You just might. But don't let it get to your head. Not until it's over.
Yes, finally! This is the hole I felt in my heart. This is what I've needed. This is what I've been missing. This is how it always needed to end. Both of us giving it our all, beating and bleeding each other to death.
I agree. It's great.
The two of you engage in a devastating flurry of blows, each of you wounding the other again and again. She's stronger, but you're faster, and the deeper the both of you fall into your lethal dance, the more your edge shines over hers.
More. Keep going. We can't stop now.
You spy an opening. She's waiting for you. She lets you sink the blade deep, trapping you in place long enough to wrap you in her impenetrable arms. You're slammed to the ground.
Nothing. These blows are nothing to us.
But her gambit wasn't enough to close the gap. It wasn't enough to kill you. She stares you down, coughing up a splash of blood as she gasps for breath.
You've outplayed me, haven't you?
Nice.
Something feels wrong.
And? Then what happens?
Oh. Okay. Wait, you do not have the chance to respond. Something has taken her away and it has left something else in her place.
She's gone. And there's that mirror again.
I don't know where she went and I don't know how we go about looking for her. The narrator is gone. I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror. Let's just
I'm begging
approach
you,
the mirror.
don't.
The mirror never scared you before. Ignore him. You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. If it thing reeks of death.
Screw the mirror. We just need to...
Gaze into your reflection. Signs as you reach forward, they're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. You're alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. You're at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
What are you? The gift of a fragile vessel? Is this the end of the world? Let her out of there. Do you know the narrator? Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here? Do you know about the worlds beyond this place? Are you the princess? Do we know each other? What happens now? Attack the entity, destroy your body. What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you? How much will I forget? How many more pieces of you do I have to find? And what if I don't let you do this to me? I was sent to slay the princess, stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do? Okay, make me forget. I don't like any of these options. Let's try this one. How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
Okay, make me
She
forget.
asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Okay. Chapter 1, the hero. Bring the eye of the needle
You're
to
on
her.
a path in the woods,
You'll know it
and
when
at the
you
end of
see
that
it.
path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a You're here to slay her.
Let's silently continue to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. A warning. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in... We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. Ignore him. He doesn't know...
Proceed into the cabin. I'm curious to see what the princess looks
The
like.
interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is steady. The blade is your implement.
Let's just enter the basement.
The door to the base, her voice
Hello?
is hypnotizing. Don't let it fool you.
Continue down the
You're
stairs.
still listening to reason. It would be better if you walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy... She's beautiful. I am begging you to stay focused.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
I'll see what I can do.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you.
You're making a huge... No. You're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall. They're large and heavy. Far too solid for you to even imagine trying to...
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
I'm gonna check upstairs. Maybe the key's still lying around somewhere up there. And if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free. Let's go with that one.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear, is someone else here?
Try
You
the door.
But it's locked.
Return to the bottom of the stairs.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for who? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the...
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates,
Oh.
raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing
Nice.
through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, or we could use it to free. You won't like what happens.
Let's try saving the princess.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm. You cut into her. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm.
Nice.
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as
Cool.
utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No,
Cool.
she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body... Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do... Watch me.
What are you doing?
Oh, our only options are slay the princess. We can warn her.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it! Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Let's
The
resist.
blade! Move the... As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no!
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not.
Mm-hmm.
Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound. It won't be long before you bleed out.
That's true.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this. Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark. And you...
The damsel. Interesting, this is a different
You're on a
chapter.
path in the woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to slay her. A warning. She will lie. She will cheat. If only you knew what you did to us, you villain. Forget he said anything. But he is a villain. He made our beloved brutally take our life last time. He's trying to keep us apart, but he
The voice of the
won't be able
Spin
to
is
withstand
different
the
this time.
Power of our love. Last time? What? I think he just likes to hear the sound of his own voice. I do, but I also speak from the heart. Sure, yeah, your passions don't pay their bickering any mind.
Is there going to be a mirror?
The interior
There's
of
a
the cabin
mirror.
is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries. The blade is your implement.
Approach the mirror.
Walk up to the wall next to the... What are you talking about? You reach forward and... But there was a... But now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place. The door to the basement creaks open, but it's still a stone basement. A soft voice...
Hello? Is some...
Her voice! It's somehow evil. Okay, I'm with you that we should be doing... We don't even know the princess. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just, you walk down the stairs and lock
Oh,
eyes
she's
with
even
the
more
princess.
elegant than last
There's a
time.
heavy chain around her wrist.
Interesting.
binding her. My love! We're here to rescue you from... You know she can't hear you. She may not be able to hear my... Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so...
Did you hear that? And she called us a hit. Flattery really goes a long way with the two. Waiting for you to come back. That's right, villain. And you, well, only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved, you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters
Interesting.
is you have a chance to we damned a whole world. Nothing resets. You're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. Horrible for you, maybe. But we've been given another opportunity to sweep her off her feet and treat her... Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? We never saw a world end. And now
That's
I'm even
true.
more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic... Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't...
Let's just rescue the princess.
What are you talking about? Did you forget that she's a world-ending monstrosity? And even if you wanted to unleash her onto the world, despite the complete moral disaster that would be, don't you see how dainty her hands are? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just... If her hand could just slip out of the chains, because we've yet to I'm not sure if... Would you rather believe me, a passionate heart guided by love and my own good nature? Or would you
Bro,
rather
talk to
believe the
people, you
devil
just
on
do
your
things.
shoulder who tells you what you can and cannot do?
what do I talk about with them? I have a sense of what's going on now. I'm pretty sure we're hopping between worlds trying to slay the princess, but the true being just wants a bunch of stories. Ask her what happened in the last timeline. Fine. She clearly knows. Fine. I will ask her.
I think I'd rather believe in fact.
Ah, so you're one of those.
One of us has to be.
Then let me show you a brand new truth. Narrator, we courageously step forward and free our beloved from her bindings.
No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? I would if you had a weapon.
Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything...
I'll ask her after they stop bickering.
End our life without a second thought.
You wouldn't.
I would.
I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. I guess I have to.
I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
This time.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh. If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon.
Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
We leave and then we have our whole lives to figure out what we want to do next. Here, I will ask her, what do you
Let me
want to do?
guess. End the world?
Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has...
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? You're so gullible. It's the only thing you've ever doubted, the actual truth.
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her up and then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
Okay. What would you like me to respond with? An exploratory question? Do you want to end the world, perhaps? There must be something you want. Pick literally any explore option ever, okay?
Are you seriously asking her that?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
No, I don't want the world to end. I have no feelings about the world ending either way. Honestly, the world sucks. People are a plague, and I hope you bring a slow and painful ruin to them all. I have no feelings about the world ending either way.
I can't believe that the fate of the entire world has been left in the hands of a nihilist. The princess shifts in uncomfortable confusion.
Me too. I don't care.
She wasn't confused for long.
If she doesn't care, then clearly she won't end the world. All is well, and it's high time we take our beloved to our happy ending.
She can't just want to make us happy. It makes sense to me. That's all I want for her, so of course she'd want the same for us.
Sure. Okay, so you want me to pick an explore option. Okay, I want you to tell me what you want. There must be something you want. But what would make you happy? You have to want something more than just making me happy. But you need your own thing. You just met me. You can't base your entire happiness around me. Explore, I want you to make me unhappy. Okay. I just want to leave. We can figure out the rest later. If you want to leave, then let's leave. This isn't right. Let's get out of here. Well, what would make you happy?
Make you happy?
Okay.
Is she broken? What's going on is she's lying to you, only she isn't a good liar. Are you starting to trust me now?
I want you. There must be something you want. There must be something you want.
This isn't right. I don't know what's going on, but this isn't right.
I fail to see the problem here. She's just sweet on us. You don't have to act like it's a big...
I want you to tell me what you want. Oh, my bad.
Is it just me, or does it feel like we're alone right now? Like we're the only ones here?
Cool. Romantic. You don't get the chance to ask another question, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
She was our She's gone. Where does she... Is that a...
Of course you're scared. This is the end for you, but it's not the end for me. It's just going to be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before, and you always get scared.
It feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
Yes. I feel...
It's not the end. It's the end for you, but not for me. I'll see you on the other side. It's going to be okay.
Okay.
She'll be there waiting for...
You've grown. Oh. Proceed to the cabin. You're at the cabin. Approach her.
Flickering lights in empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Are you the same being as you were before? How much have you changed? What does it feel like to change like this? When this is all done, do you know what you want to do? You know, at the end of this, once you're finished, I'm gonna kill you, right? When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can I not do the same things I've done before? You have been kinder to me than anyone I've met. Thank you. You have been kinder to me than anyone I've met. Why? What do you want me to bring you next time? Do you have any thoughts on this vessel? I don't want to hurt you, but the more times I go back, the worse I fear things will be. What do you feel about me? These vessels I've been bringing you, I've hurt them. How many more vessels do I need to bring you? And what if I don't want to bring you any more vessels? What if I just want to wait here forever? I'm ready to go back. Attack the enemy, destroy the body. You've been kinder to me than anyone else I've ever met. Why?
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
Are you the same being as you were? How much has changed? What does it feel like to change like this? What do you want me to bring you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
So you don't have any preferences on how you'd like to change or grow?
My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
Okay. How many more
If
vessels?
I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective.
I gotta do this like a million more times. I'm already tired from doing it the second time around.
You will have your rest in due time, and I am sorry for the burdens I place on you.
These are burdens, indeed.
Then we will remain here as we are now, barely finished, damp, cavernous.
Wait, you have no need to wait. What does it feel like to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to. Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same. With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have. But in this moment, all I want.
I'm ready to go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect. We will meet again.
Okay.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
I just wanted
And
you
in
to
the
ask the
basement of
princess
that
in the
cabin
narrator questions. If I
is a
hear you
princess.
say, let's silently go to the cabin again, I'm gonna scream. Listen. Listen. I just want to get to the end of this. I already know what's happening,
You're here
so
to
I'm
slay
pushing through.
Unfortunately, you're the only one who can pull this off. I don't make the rules. I wish I did, but I don't. Of course I have. I mean... Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you... I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her. Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you. Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey. While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin, unless, of course, you do your job. Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Can you tell me what my prize is if I'm going to do this for a good job?
Secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
Look, I'll go into the cabin and I'll talk to her, and if she's as bad as you say she is, then maybe I'll slay her. But I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to face. Okay, I'm sold. Let's get this over with. Okay, thanks for telling me what to do. Okay, I'll go with this long
We'll just have to see
one.
what happens. But a word of warning: if you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed... Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Proceed.
The interior of the cabin is almost in the blade is your implement.
Enter the basement.
The door to the her voice
Hello?
is hypnotized. Don't let it.
Hey,
Hi.
stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
You walk down the stairs. She's beautiful. I am begging.
Hi.
Hold on, let's talk a bit first.
Okay.
What's your name?
Oh,
She pauses, carefully.
you can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess?
So is Princess your name?
Like I said, you can call me Princess. I'm sorry, I've been down here so long, I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name, though. Everyone...
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself.
Hmm.
Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted.
If I'm the first person you've seen in a while, what have you been eating or drinking?
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen. But, okay, but actually, what has...
I was sent here to slay you. You're apparently supposed to end the world. What are you going to do if I let you out of here?
The princess hesitates. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have... She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer.
Are you looking for the truth, or are you looking for the right answer? Because with the dynamic we have going on here, I don't think the specifics of what I do really matter. It's not like you'd believe.
Let's explore more. I was sent here to slay you. You're supposed to end the world. But I don't think you're actually dangerous, but I wanted to see you for myself. I'm not even sure what to believe. I'm starting to think it's true. There's something about you that doesn't feel right.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest.
That's... How long has she been locked?
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
I haven't told enough. I was hoping you'd tell me no, but I'm sure they have their reasons for keeping that information secret from me. No, which is why I don't think you're actually dangerous. I was hoping you'd tell me.
I don't know how to destroy the world, if that's what you're getting at.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be...
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. I don't trust that. And I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down here to talk.
She has a point. We're talking like this for a reason.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you. This is about how messed up this whole situation is. This is my life. Do you really think I can even end the world? Why? We both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation, it's whoever locked me down here, and it's whoever sent you here. And those two groups are probably one in the—
Don't let her turn the tables here. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person and a subjugating monarch.
I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you're locked down here for a reason. Let's explore again.
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason. I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort—
You have all the explanation you need. You should know.
I won't kill you, but I can't just set you free. It's too risky. What if I stayed for a while and just kept you company? Maybe then everyone could be happy. Sure.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
Leaving her alive is too risky. So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help. But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that.
You have to make a choice.
Retrieve the blade. Okay, let's get you out of here. Lock her in the basement. What if I just locked her in the basement and walked away?
I know you think this is some kind of fair
It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work if we just stay here and keep watch.
Where are you going?
You turn your back to the prince.
Fine. Turn your back on me. But it won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? Either way, she dropped the mask, didn't she? You can still—
No, we're sticking to the plan and we're
be the
locking
death
her
of all of
away.
us, but fine. We'll do it your—
You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with a heavy wooden—
Okay. You settle in against the far wall. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself? It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the prince.
As she violently rattles the door, you do your—
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any.
No.
Throw me all you want. All it does is ease my guilty conscience. So all of that was just an act, was it? You're not really an innocent or harmless. You're not even a princess. You're a monster. Ignore her and go to sleep.
These aren't threats. These are promises. Sooner or later, you're going to have to sleep. And I'll make sure you never see the light of day.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door—
Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
You try and stumble to your
Lies.
feet, but as the princess draws near, it isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet.
Whose side are you on?
Yours, of course.
But I have a duty to uphold the truth.
So helpless. I can take.
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't want a shame. If you'd only help me get out of here, we could have done.
Your lungs stop drawing in.
I'd say better luck next time. But we both know this is.
It can't be.
I'm sorry. Everything goes dark.
The nightmare.
You're on a path in the woods.
Okay.
And you're here to slay her.
I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu.
No, you don't have that. This is the first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best. Shh. What? That's a very good question, little voice. Shit. I think you'll find yourselves very hard pressed to keep any secrets from me. Not that it matters right now, because like I said, this is the first time we've met. Still, I'd rather not get off on the wrong foot. We could go back and forth on this forever, and it won't get you any closer to doing your job and saving the...
Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all this really did happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. We couldn't trust either of you, and as far as I'm concerned, we still can't. All we did was lock her away. And how'd that work out for you? No comment. Well then, congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And your solution is to send us back in there. Do you want us to slay the princess? Or do you want the princess to slay us? Obviously, I want you to slay her. One of you poses a threat to the world, and the other doesn't. Anyways, I believe your other question was something along the lines of, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We were killed by the princess, and now everyone's right back where they started. Sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Speak for yourself. From my perspective, there were plenty of consequences. I'm never going to forget the way she just made us stop working. And that's only scratching the surface. If what you said is true, it begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or have you found yourself in another world altogether? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? If she brought an end to everything and everyone, how are we supposed to stop her? I want you to succeed. Just be quick about it.
Just being around her in the end shut down all of my organs. What the hell am I supposed to do about that? To quote you from the last time around, she's just a princess. How can you possibly justify saying that she's clearly something far, far worse?
She is just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it out of your head before you get to the cabin, and you'll be fine.
Just being around her in the end shut all of my organs.
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me.
Who locked her in that basement? What is this
People
place?
locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path.
If people locked her away, why couldn't they slay her? Why is this falling on me?
I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're
I've
the
always
only
wanted
person
to be
capable of
special.
doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are. You can't just goad us into doing something by calling us special. It's manipulative. Why are you trying to manipulate us?
It is manipulative. But who doesn't want to be special, you know?
I don't know, I kinda like being special.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Maybe you can goad him into doing something, but he's not even the one who makes the decisions here. I'm not goading you into doing anything. You already know the princess is dangerous. All I'm trying to say is that you have to be the one to deal with her. I know it doesn't seem fair, but that's just the way it is. And for what it's worth, I know you have it in you to finish that. We don't. You saw what happened to us last time.
You're being cagey. What aren't you telling me?
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation. If you want us to stand a chance against her, we need to be armed with information. What is she really capable of? How are we not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to take... He isn't telling us everything he knows because he doesn't trust us, which means that stop talking yourself in neurotic circles. You see the way he keeps pushing us? We have to get out of...
That's
Right.
all.
Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath.
Turn around and leave.
Be committed to my completion. You can.
Fine.
A warning. She will lie. I don't think... It doesn't matter.
Proceed.
The blade is your Hold on. What happened to the door? It's just an She's already got an out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. the princess has not already gotten out. But if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, so deep breath in, deep.
You didn't say anything about the
You're
mirror
right.
on the wall.
I was so stuck on the eyes watching her. What are you two talking about? There isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the floor, and the open doorway leading to the base. There's definitely... There isn't. We have to look at it. Unless that's what he wants us to do. And pretending it is...
Why would you lie about there not being a mirror when there's clearly a mirror there? What's the point?
Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? That you waste time...
This whole cabin is different than I remember it
Very
being.
different. He changed it, didn't he? Calm down. Maybe the three of you just think everything is different because you haven't been here before. Enough of this past life nonsense. You haven't died. You certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up.
Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the empty basement door frame. It's really...
Wipe the mirror
You
clean.
reach forward and... Did he make it go away? Clearly there was something in there worth investigating if he wants it hidden so bad.
We'll enter the
Should
basement.
have taken the knife. I don't think going down there unarmed is... You cross over the threat. More eyes, too. You never... The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning. Her cruel and...
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna...
Okay, we need a game plan. Last time we were here, just being close to her...
I'm gonna talk to her. We don't need a plan. I'm just gonna kill her. Mr. Narrator seems to think I can do it. I don't know why you're all being such pessimists right now. Step off into the void beyond the stairs. I'm gonna step off into the void between the stairs. I'm curious to see what happens.
You attempt to step off the stairs and into
Oh.
the pitch black surrounding them. You're stopped by an invisible force. Why did...
I was curious.
Really lucked out. All the things that could have happened from stepping into a void, nothing is quite possibly the best outcome you could... You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks, suspended in nothingness. She could be anywhere, and are you really not going to comment on how weird... No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice of... Excuse me, I'm being incredibly reasonable. You're the one who's just matter-of-factly describing whatever the hell we're looking at like it's an ordinary basement.
That's true.
We're going to die down here. Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter. Because
Let's go back the way we came.
You turn back to the stairs, a faintly outlined path.
there you are. I told you I was going to find you.
She found
The
us.
princess approaches. Your arms quickly fall. This is it.
It's almost like you want...
There has to be... What did you do?
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with...
Loud as your blood begins to
Oh.
coagulate. It's as if every part of your heart... Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air. What are you doing? I'm working. Do you want this body to function? And then experience stops once more. Okay, whatever you were doing, please. Are you sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want? You have seconds left. Yes, I'm sure. Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp.
Can't decide what you want to do. Can't... Oh well. Standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than death.
She isn't attacking her. The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her. How are we supposed to do that? We don't have a weapon. That isn't my fault. It doesn't matter whose fault it is because fight. Then you should get looking.
Why won't you finish me off?
Because I don't want to. And even look at the way you're struggling to stay alive. It's taking everything you have to keep your heart pumping right now.
The princess leans forward, bringing her.
If I want to see you gone, all I need to do is break it.
She slowly runs her velvet glove across. Shit, wait, hey. Okay, deep breath. You're back.
One moment, and then you're... Ah!
She pulls away.
But that wouldn't be very fun, now would it?
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
What happened after you killed me last time?
While you suffocated, but that stupid cabin wouldn't let me. So I started to drag your body out with... Well, you died before I could get to the doors. And then I was here. I don't think I can live without you. And dead doesn't count. And as much as I love what we have going on, I have bigger plans than tormenting. I am being nice. You're a lot, and you died of fright as soon as you saw me last time. I didn't think keeping you alive was an option. But it looks like that's not a problem anymore. You seem...
I was just sitting here. I can't let you leave. And if I let you out, what then? Do we go our separate ways?
not. If you're what I need to leave this place, chances are you're pretty useful. I think I'll keep you right by my side. Don't worry. I'll make sure to take good care of you.
If you want to work together, can you at least turn off this whole organization?
It's not my fault that you can't handle being around me.
Oh. And what if I refuse to let you out? What happens then?
We're stuck down here together.
Static. And a skipped. No!
Oh, until your heart finds. When you die, I'll find myself somewhere new. And before too long, you'll be there too. That's how this all works, right? This kind of lot can happen before then.
Being around you is agony.
I'm glad you're seeing things.
Okay, let's get out of here together.
No!
Come around. Oh, this is like...
No, I'm not going to let this happen. Do you think you could just wrest control away from us? This body's barely functioning as it is. Shh. With a flick of the princess's wrist, the stairs slide back.
Come along now.
The princess got what we've done. You're not wrong, but... You step onto... Is this... At least that doesn't just...
Make sure you keep up. We want to...
As if acting on instinct, you crane your... The princess reaches the top of the stair. Her head twists back. Don't forget that your pristine blade is still on the other side. You can still make this right. There's no harm in us having a weapon. All it does is give us more... Have you considered that maybe you could operate the autonomic nervous system for a bit? Everyone is trying... Your body seizes violently as you reach... No! I guess I have to do...
There we go. Back with me where you belong. I thought you might have decided to break yourself just to spite me. Now we can get back to business. For starters, we won't need this.
The princess plucks the blade from the floor and tosses it through the door behind you. It vanishes. Guess we're not stabbing her in... I guess I'm going to fix myself a stiff drink. If I'm about to watch you hand the world to her on a silver platter...
And now, you open...
There's nothing else for us to do.
Step into the world.
Doorknob twists in your hand, revealing the forested path beyond the cabin.
It's so beautiful, but it's so cold, too. Why is it so cold?
She's gone. And there's that mirror. What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it can't even trust her.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my
This is
attention
the third princess perspective that we've done,
and to look away is to
and I'm
shift.
already tired.
you have known me as easily. It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me? How strange of you to ask me that. This one is filled with sadness, a doll, abandoned to the company of her darkest impulses. She desires only companionship, but the only thing she knows is how to hurt. She will make for a tender heart. Do not mourn her. She has finally found her way home. My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done. The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of knowing you and knowing me. I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you. We will know when we near our destination. The tides do not dictate where they are pulled. A river does not dictate its outlets. My gift to you is to let you choose your path, and my task. There's nowhere for you to be. My roots burrow in an ocean beyond your. I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
You're on a path.
Okay, let's save here. No. And quit. I think that was enough for that game. Okay. I'm gonna end stream here for right now. I might stream again later. But I just need a break. That game was rough for me. Okay, bye.